Oh, hello. Welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We were in the midst of a three-point match against a semi on backgammonhub.com. Not exactly sure how to play the 4-1, but I think I got to get the backmen going in some fashion. Because I don't like three guys back here, and splitting, it's not too dangerous to split. So maybe this is okay. There's other plays, like you split to the 18 or play to the 20 point and the 22 point, but this looks like it does a lot. And then probably just because it doesn't play well on this side of the board, I think maybe upgrade to the 18 here. I think. Like maybe you'd rather have the 20, but you still want to play it. You know, I don't want to play it elsewhere. The last two there. So yeah, this looks okay at least. You can play 13 to 8 after covering. But maybe I want to get that guy Fluid back there. I should say good match to my opponent. Okay. It's maybe acceptable risk. It doesn't have a lot of hidden cover numbers. And it's even dangerous if he rolls a 4-6 or whatever to hit and cover. This is okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 6 to 4 either. Guess I got to play an extra 6 there because of my last deuce. So I rolled an 18 and not a 12. Okay, I rolled a 0. Okay, this is a 3-point match. It's a 3-way, 3-away. Both players need 3 points to win the match. You should be pretty aggressive when offering a cube, and a little conservative when taking. But it does depend on the exact position. But I don't. If he plays reasonably, actually I don't know what this is because his board is just so horrible, and I'm certainly winning. So the race isn't great for me though, and I have to play first. It's possible I had enough there. Let's see what happens now. Okay, so now I'm getting a double shot somewhere. So yeah, I will cube this despite the fact that my board's a little underdeveloped. I mean, it's not because of its horrible board. It's not super clearly a take even with my board like this. So let's see if he wants to play it. It's probably 24 shots. He does play it, so I must hit. Probably shouldn't leave too much stuff out there. Okay, still doing okay, I think. I assume he should make the 5-point board here. He could have duplicated by 6s, I think. He makes the ace point and then kind of just shuffles an ace inside. Wow. All right, this could be the only game of the match. It is likely the only game of the match. Okay, well, I get 5-5 to close the point this way. And seems like a good enough reason. I would have been able to hit with this. Good. Good. Good and good. Yeah, it's a pretty easy match. There's not going to be a lot of decisions, so if I got like one of them way wrong, it might not be a great PR, but I'd be a little surprised if I got things too wrong. Oh, hey Andrew, good to see you. You want to play a match after this one? I think it's a little safer actually. I've been playing 8 to 6, a little bit. And mostly I'm just worried about safety. In fact, I could have cleared the 6-point there. Maybe he can run off the gammon a little bit though if you clear the 6 there. I mean, he could roll 6-6 right away. But maybe even if he rolls like a bunch of, maybe even if he rolls a bunch of 6s. So like here is similar, right? I'm just saving a tiny bit of risk, but at the same time, he's like very unlikely to save the gammon. Could be embarrassed if he saves the gammon here after that 2-2 play. Can't be a big error though. Oh crap! You might be saving this. Oh crap! I blew this one. Can't be a big error to do what I did. Imagine playing in like a big match or something for like a tournament win, like you're in the finals of a big tournament, and then you make that safe play with the 2-2, thinking the gammon's all locked up, and then like he rolls he rolls the 4-4 swing number, and then you don't win the match because of it. That would be so painful. Oh, yeah, that's all right. I don't mind. Okay, yeah. You can yeah. If you put the position ID, I can take a look at it. Um, but look, man. I mean, I'm going to be playing people anyways, so if you want a match, that's all good. Ah, all right, yeah, I got a lot of options here. He's only making 1 point this way. He could have made like the 4 and the 11, get two good assets out of it. I don't know how to play this. I could hit him twice, weirdly. Could be right, because if I make the 7, the last one's a little bad. So I don't know. Am I supposed to just go for it here against the 1 point board? I'm going to try it. It did not work. I'm pessimistic all of a sudden about this match. Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious about my Gammon. My 2-2 play in that first game. 4 on the roof. Probably overthinking it, as I am wont to do. Oh, let me just close my door. Hello, welcome home. Yeah. Alrighty, 1-1. Excellent. Yeah, so it just enters, and then maybe I don't have that much. I could try for more. Yeah, getting hit's not a big deal. Let's try this. Did not work. Okay, hitting is too thin over here. Should hit me off the 5, I assume. Yes. Should hit me off the 5, I assume. Oh, oh gross. This is horrible. Do I have a money double here? I don't know. Hmm. Six, 3. Good. This doesn't really do much. He's probably supposed to pop out to here rather than stay back and just get horribly primed with 4 or 5 guys. Yeah, so that was a good play, I think. Ugh. Oh, this makes the 9. Which I guess is what I want to do. 5 points not that, and 20 points not that important here. The sixes are severely duplicated. I don't know. This game's sort of hopeless. It's unnecessary. Maybe a 5. Hit him with the 5. Because I still have this solid structure even when he hits me back. Yeah. Yeah. Probably don't cover with a 5 now. Five works. Possible I'm going to be slotting the 3 here. Well, I'm not that clear on this concept. I know it's sometimes right to like go right after the point like that, because he has to give up an anchor to hit me sometimes. Like it's conceivable 8 to 3s right here, but actually there's not a ton of builders in the zone, so maybe it's still a little premature. Yeah, like here for instance, you could slot with a 3. Maybe it gives him. Maybe he's happy to hit with 1s and 2s though, so I'm not going to do it. There we go. Make it naturally. All right, not sure if I want to hit another guy or not. Maybe not. Just let him crunch horribly. He should kill his 5s there. Yeah, I think actually studying is, if you want to get better, like studying is better than playing. Because when you play, you get like noisy feedback. You get like punished for the stuff you do well, and that can mess with your head. But you know, if you're looking at the computer analysis every time, obviously that's mitigated somewhat. Yeah, I wonder if that ace was correct. Certainly if I get a second guy hit, he has some slimy win chances. But he had some slimy win chances anyways. 6 to 2 maybe. That's from 5 duplication. Yeah, maybe. Oh, actually, if I come out, there's 1 duplication. Now he hits me with an ace over here, say. He's still trapped a lot of the time. Not here. Shoot, are we gonna lose this? The computer can't tell why the move is best, right? I think there are designs on maybe making some progress there. Oh, now that I already have 2 men back, I'm going to go after him. 2, 2, 2, 4. No, yeah, this covers 2, 6 better if he jumps out with it anyways. Nice. All right, had him all the way. Is this better? 3, 5, 1, 2, no, 6, 6 still blots here. 6, 6 blots here. I did see that. Didn't look like there was a convenient way to avoid it though. All right, that was good. Counting my chickens a bit. I have 1 chicken. All right, let's take a quick look at this anyways in XG. Well, he says, well played. Well, we'll see what the stupid computer says. I feel like it should be decent. Didn't seem super difficult, although I am curious. I am certainly curious about a lot of my plays. XG, analyze. I'm not ready. Good. Okay, so I did make a few errors, but no blunders. If you make your so you say if you move your play in, what is that, ant key desk? You can see the volatility cube, redouble value, and other hidden assets of the position. Yeah, what is that? What is that word there? Before. Oh, if you make your play. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Okay, so here you could do either. I guess everything is fairly close. You can spread everything out, possibly get. Okay, I don't know if I know that software. Maybe I'll check it out. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so you can either spread everything out, risk getting attacked. I guess everything risks getting attacked though. So what did I do? Oh no, I was worried about getting like hit all over the place. So I did something more solid. Played a productive 13 to 8, but I guess it doesn't do enough with the back checkers. You can also play bar. You can also play bar 18. Okay, makes sense. And then I got the picture next turn that I should be moving the back checkers in some fashion. So split with the 4 in the slot, and then slot 6 to 5 looks okay. Okay. Ooh, it doesn't want to come up with the 5. Yeah, I don't know. I have problems with this play, I guess. So you're covering with the 3, right? 8 to 5, and then you have a choice of sort of productive 5s, 13 to 8 or 23 to 18. I'm down in the race, which sort of argues for keeping the checker back. But I thought I wanted to be a little flexible with that checker. I guess not, though. I guess it just causes them too many problems when you stay back. Down in the race. In fact, I probably like making the 3 better than my play, which looks a little funny. This guy. But yeah, 13 to, this does look pretty clean. Maybe it's not too difficult to play next turn. 18-11. Or 18 to 16, 13 to 8, which I didn't consider. I see. The goalkeeper, the guy back here. So yeah, he has trouble. I see what you're saying. Like, if I stay back, he has trouble playing safe sometimes. For instance, like a 6-1 is a swing number, because I get a shot if I stay back, and if I don't if I step up. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't really know if I thought in those terms. I was more thinking like, okay, what do I want to do with my checkers? I wasn't really thinking about what White wanted to do with his checkers. But it does make sense to think that way. As you say, the goalkeeper is worth a lot, not just because of the race, but because it puts this immediate pressure on him. Yeah, I don't know if I really think it. It's a good way to think about it. At least that's a good factor to consider. So maybe I don't think about that enough. At least in a position like this. And I guess I didn't miss a cube this game. Like I thought about cubing, not here. Here. Okay, it's close. It's close. Good. Yeah, it probably is a cube on a rollout. Mainly due to the score, I think. Yeah, I don't think you double this at 0-0 in a 9-point match, for instance. But 3 away, 0-0 and a 3 should be pretty aggressive. Show dice distribution. Oh, I think I got that working. So you do this. Okay, so if you go to analyze dice distribution, but this is just like my roll, right? Or is this his roll? No, this must be his roll. Yeah, I don't. Right click on move. Right click on move. Dice distribution. Okay, this may not pop up, but let's just see. Okay, so you make the right play, right click, dice distribution. Oh, it did pop up. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is my equity after his rolls, I believe, right? Because 4-4 is like big negative equity. So if you make the right play and he rolls 4-4, you're in trouble. Yeah. Meanwhile, like a 6-1, for instance, it gives me a decent size advantage because he's leaving me a shot. So that's nice. Click to 4-ply analyze. I don't see how to do that. Yeah, oh, I see. 4-ply, I see it now. It's up here. Like it says first roll 2-ply, second roll 1-ply. So you're saying I can click up here and get better analysis, right? So similar, but yes, it's more precise. I see. So like big swing, there's probably a swing on 6-6 by staying back. Oh, maybe not. Gotcha. Yeah, so I did click on the 4-ply here. Okay, so we could do that with another play, I assume. Say you click on my play, you right click, dice distribution. It's a lot less volatile. But you see that, well, there's more numbers that leave me with an advantage. But the advantage is quite small. I see. This is back to the right play, the one I didn't do. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I don't actually play around with this too much. So where's first and second? So this is, I guess this is first roll, first and second rolls. What does that do? Second roll. I don't know. Well, that was good. You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I can see how it might be useful, but yeah, I like rarely or never use it. But anyway, so I probably miss a tiny cube after he completely busts his board. But like I said, it's probably only a cube because it's 3 away. Yes, how did that work? Dice distribution. I click on first and second rolls. I don't know. But anyways, I get in a good cube the next roll after he leaves me a double shot. It's like, oh, a huge pass. It's almost too good, in fact. Yeah, it might be. It's probably too good technically. Like I guess the idea is I miss him and he's still in big trouble. No, not that big, but he's in trouble. If I hit him, it's very gammonish. I do hit him. Yeah, you should keep a 5-point board here after this nice 1-1. Then I roll a tremendous 5-5. I do eventually close him out. And then I let him off the gammon. It's a cute play. Apparently my play is wrong, but everyone's doing this, I think. I think probably this is slightly safer. It goes a little deep with the checker, but like for instance, like 6-6 leaves a completely safe position. If you do the play the computer wants to do, 6-6 leaves a little bit of a shoddy position. That's why I think this might be a little safer, but let's see. He probably runs off the gammon. Yeah, he runs off the gammon slightly more after my play. Yeah, I guess that's why you don't want to clear the 6 here. If you only cared about safety, I think you'd probably clear the 6. But yeah, I'm only 90, a little over 90% to win a gammon here, so I guess I do got to think about it a little bit. Right here, yeah, here I was thinking the gammon's just locked up enough that even though I could take 2 guys off like this and leave a very safe position, I wanted to go like ultra safe, thinking, he can't really save the gammon here. But then he saves the gammon here. Yeah, so it's best in some cases. It's actually not safest, I'm pretty sure. Like, let me show you a situation where you don't want to do that. I'll try to explain why. Let me save this match. It's best for the gammon if the gammon's close. So 3-1 here. Doubled money, say. 3-1 here. You want the 6-5-4 structure, because you're going to get to maintain. You're going to get to maintain a closed board longest while you take checkers off. So you're going to win more gammons by doing that, right? So you want the 6-5-4 structure here. It's not that close. If this was double match points, it's 1 away, and you're in no danger of losing the race like you are here, I think you want to play 7-3 here. I think that's a safer position than playing 7-4, 7-6. So let's see what the computer says there. Oh, in fact, yeah. Okay, so there's another play where you clear the 6. But let's say you don't clear the 6. See, a 7-3 is a little better than 7-6, 7-4. Because you're going to get hit a little less. Coming in with the 6 points stripped in a situation where 6-6 plays better. Like picture how 6-6 plays here. It leaves a 0. It leaves a 0 blot number position if you roll 6-6. If you roll 6-6 here, you're leaving a 2 number blot position. You blot with 2 numbers after 6-6. Now that's just one number. So it doesn't tell the whole story, but it's indicative of a little bit of shoddiness in the position. So I haven't used that as a proxy. I often use that as a proxy for like how safe the position is in similar situations. So it's all pretty close, obviously, but yeah, it goes to show you that you don't always want that 6-5-4 structure. In fact, probably in almost all circumstances, 6-5-3 is better than 6-5-4. partly because of the 6-6 thing. Oh, 6-6-5-4 probably does win more gammons. Yeah. So, backgammon's hard. You got to think about these details sometimes. Anyways, oh, so do you have do you have the position you wanted me to look at? Because you can put it in the chat. You can put if you put the XGID in the chat, we can take a look at it. After we finish going through this match. Anyway, so I do somehow he saves the gammon there after my 2-2 play. I'm glad my 2-2 play wasn't wrong. He rolls 4-4, and I'm like, oh my god, is he gonna save this thing? I'm still like 95% though to win a gammon. But no, he rolls like another 4-4 and then another 6-6 and saves the gammon. It's fluky. Okay, so 6-5, good. Okay, 4-4. I mean, I didn't love this plan that I did where you hit twice. Because it's, I'm foregoing luck. I'm giving up my 11 point, and I'm foregoing making another good point. But I was thinking, oh, well, it doesn't play good unless, if I make the 7 point, for instance, the last one doesn't play good. So I thought I'd just kind of go for it. It didn't work, but it is the right play. And I guess this game gets a little complicated, I guess. Yeah, like here I wasn't sure about it. You can make the 4 point, obviously, but I was thinking, okay, just enters, and I don't have that much, so I thought I'd try for more and hit him twice, which again doesn't really work. Yeah, you don't want to hit 8-4 here, even though you're putting the second guy up on the roof, because you have a million men back. So it's a little hard to make progress on the home front if you go for that hit twice plan. You'd want more guys in the zone over here to do a play like that. So you just want to do something sort of positional. Keep using your few front checkers that you have as efficiently as possible. Okay, 18-15. Oh, he rolled a horrible 3-3. Woof. Okay, 6-5. Okay, the computer. What does the computer want? Okay, I just popped out to keep my 4 point anchor, but I guess that's sort of unnecessary. You can do the computer's play and it's fine, right? It's not like you're in any danger back there. So the problem with my play is I guess he's happy to hit with 2s, but it's pretty close. Okay, you can make the 20 or play bar 16. I make the 20. Okay, I hit him. Oh yeah, you do want to leave it slotted here, because you're really interested in building this prime in front of the 3 prime checkers. There might be more prime to checkers in the future, because he's going to have trouble playing safe. So you hit with the 6 and then think about the 3, but you don't play 9-6 here. Getting hit back's no big deal. Okay, I hit him. I send another guy behind the prime. I hit him. Okay, I make my 9 point. I get the picture that the 20 point isn't worth that much here. Yeah, okay, activated the outfield. Okay, I hit him and do something with the ace. I hit him again, and again, I think you don't want to hit twice here. Maybe if gammon's counted, you'd hit twice. But yeah, he's gonna have a billion men primed, and he's just gonna have a horrible time playing on his home front if you just stick with the priming plan. So you're hitting twice. No, I'm pausing because I wonder, is hitting twice is like the last play that the computer mentions. I wonder if oh no, it doesn't. I was gonna say, is hitting twice like the worst possible play? But no, that's definitely not the case, obviously, because you can play 7-1, 7-3, and that's the worst play. It's just showing you a limited number of plays. Right. Oh, hey, Paul. Good to see you. Oh yeah, yeah. So my favorite book. I actually don't read that many books nowadays, but I did early in my backgammon career. I read tons of books. In fact, the first few years I was playing, I didn't really use computers at all. I just used books and played a lot and thought about it. But that said, I'm not super familiar with a lot of the modern books. But one book I really do like is called Backgammon Boot Camp by Walter Trice, who actually no, he died several years ago, but I was actually friends with him for a while. Because he was in the Boston area like me. But anyways, it's a really interesting book. It's mostly just a collection of essays by Walter. But it starts off very basic, and then it gets progressively more and more complicated. So you might read like the first couple of chapters, and you're like, oh, I know all this. But then it gets into some pretty advanced concepts. And the writing is just really interesting, and it has just a lot of great information on a ton of different topics. So I would recommend that if you don't have that one. Yeah, Roberti's 501. That's an important book too. It's not interesting. It's not interesting to read, but he goes. There's so many positions in there that you kind of want to know. You know, there's like a lot of good reference in there, where it's like kind of like it's kind of everything in there, but the explanations aren't always super complete. But it's a good book because it's one, it has a lot of information. And two, if like it's well organized, you'll come across like certain concepts that you want to know more about, and then you can like play with them in the computer if you want also. The theory of backgammon, but can't use it on the board. You actually never read Theory of Backgammon. Boot Camp. Yeah, Boot Camp is a good one. Yeah, I'm sure there was. Yeah, I think it probably came out after 501. Probably did come out after computers, but it was like an early. There's probably only like early versions of Snowy at the time. So I'm sure there are some errors in there. Hopefully they're close though. You know, if Bill has something wrong, maybe it's probably going to be close. Unlike Advanced Backgammon. Advanced Backgammon is, I read Advanced Backgammon really early on. It's a two-volume set. There's a ton of errors in Advanced Backgammon because it was made before computers were. So it's still a good book. I mean, the explanations are still good. Roberti's a really good teacher. But you maybe want to check the stuff with modern computers. I think I showed this on stream before, but I actually have. Yeah, sorry. I have like this old version of. I have like this really old version of Advanced Backgammon back when it was just one volume. It's really beat up, but I'm trying to find it because all the diagrams look interesting. They're all like X's and O's, I think, instead of actual checkers. So give me one sec. No. There it is. Yeah, so I think this is like the first edition or something of Advanced Backgammon, and so you see like the typeface. The typeface is all funny. No, I guess there actually are. I guess there actually are checkers in there. I was thinking of a different book, but it's all like typefaces, all like typewriter stuff. So I don't know how this compares to like the later versions with where there was two volumes. Maybe I should look through this, or maybe I should get Roberta to sign it. But yeah, all the bindings all like beat up and stuff. Anyways, yeah, a friend of mine gave that to me at one point. Oh, you say when yeah, okay. So Andrew says when you explain it, always crystal clear, but it becomes so complicated on the board. Yeah, no, I know what you mean actually. Like even when I'm like looking at my errors afterwards. I kind of like you can kind of like figure out like why something is right, but I didn't think in the right terms over the board. Like that 5-3 play from earlier, where you suggested, well, you want to stay back because white has trouble playing safely. If you stay back, so it's worth a lot to stay back. It's like yeah, that makes sense, but like remembering that and applying it in the correct places isn't always so easy. But anyways, yeah, here you want to keep your prime. You don't want to hit twice. I mean, it'd be okay. It's just you don't have the solid structure anymore, especially if he hits you. Now the next turn, I think I did hit with the 5 here. The computer still doesn't quite like it, but I liked it better than hitting last turn, hitting the second checker last turn, because I keep the nice 4 prime when I do it. Whereas the last turn, the prime wasn't solid like it is here. Oh, the Zizka method, yeah, play. I see. Yeah. These modern books, I haven't bought. Almost all my studying these days is reviewing old mistakes and playing online and like looking at the computer analysis. That's probably still, I don't know. There's probably still good stuff to learn from the books though. Yeah, mostly I'm just trying to complete the 6 prime here. Everything's just shuffling in the outfield. Okay, so I hit here with the 4-1. 3-1. Like I wonder how bad slotting with the 3 is here. Like I see the computer do that sometimes. Like slot like the last point in the prime in front of a back game like this. So is it like say you play like 6-3, 8-7 or something? Is that like a really bad play, or is it kind of okay? We just add a move here, 6-3, 8-7. Yeah, see, it's fine. You can do this. Now, partly it's only a small error because it's really hard to win as white. So maybe if maybe if white had more chances, it would be worse. Yeah. That's sort of what I was thinking over the board. It's a little hard to cover effectively next turn, but I get lucky and make it cleanly. Mostly I'm coming home. I do like to put checkers on the 7 and 8 points here as early as possible because that kills the 6s and that'll slow down my development and make white crunch even more. So that's why I like playing 11-8 here. Computer does like it on appeal, although everything's pretty close. Like for instance here, like if I roll like a 6-1 here, for instance, I only have to play 1 pip, right? And then the white's going to roll 2s and 1s and have to crunch his board a lot more. Okay, so here I just minimize shots. Okay, here, I wasn't super enamored with hitting because he hits back, and I have 2 guys hitting. It's like this mad scramble where white can possibly win. So apparently hitting is right, although I'm not totally sure why I did it. I guess there's just if you don't fill in the 2 point, I guess you have just long-term problems like bringing this position home. You do fill in the 2 point is much easier to play safely as you're bearing off. It's a quite convenient time to hit where you have this big stack on the 3 and white's board is so weak and my board is pretty strong. So yeah, the arguments add up for it, although I wouldn't have been shocked if that play was wrong, especially at the score where gammas don't help me. Okay, yeah, 6-2. 6-2 I thought was a little tempting to really have the solid prime here. But I was thinking, okay, so you play 6-2, he rolls a 5, he's home, he's jumped the prime with that checker. I mean, compared to my play where he hits with a 1 over here, he might still be stuck back there. But again, I wasn't super sure about it. Okay, yeah, 4-3, 5-3. Now I got 2 men back, so hitting looked a little clearer to me. And then things just kind of work from here. Yeah, things just kind of work. I blot on 6-6, but I don't think there's anything really I could have done about it. Yeah, all these plays blot on 6-6, I think. In fact, I don't think there's a legal play that keeps the board and doesn't blot on 6-6. Strangely. Even 9-1 does 1, 2. Yeah, 9-1 does also. anyways, I do win. That was good. So what happened that game? Yeah, I just made a few errors. The biggest error was not this. Not this. This was sort of okay, but yeah, maybe I should actually find a decent play here. It's a little unclear to me, right? Like, the problem with this play is like a 3 guys back. So you want to activate those guys. You don't want to just stagnate back there with 3 checkers when it's not dangerous to split at all. And I did think about that, but on the other hand, 13 to 8 is pretty productive in itself, and I am still kind of split back there a little bit. So yeah, kind of tough for me to weigh the factors there. But yeah, anyways, the biggest error was this guy where, although 23 to 18 is sort of productive in a sense, there is a lot of value just hanging back, making life hard for white when you're down in the race. So probably if you're a little bit more forward, if you're like have a little bit less time, probably you do want to play 23 to 18. Maybe even here, although here 8 to 3 looks pretty productive in itself, you know. So this is not clear to me, even haven't seen the previous evaluation. Yeah, it still really doesn't like coming up with the 5. Still down in the race. I don't know. I mean, this is a different position, I guess. But yeah, now you're up a couple pips in the race after the roll. Although no, actually, you play 13 to 5 here just because 23 to 18 doesn't play great. You got to play 8 to 5 and leave a shot in the outfield. Yeah, so 13 to 5 is still correct. Yeah, anyways, maybe we'll play one more match. Let's go back to Hub, see if we can get a quick match. Tony Lazard. Does not want to play. That's an interesting name. Visevalad. Okay. Maybe that people are a lot of people on right now, but maybe because there's a tournament or something. Hans Christian. Oh, there we go. All right, 5-point match. We will try to play well, but no promises. See who wants to play this one. I think the computer makes the 21 and 5 here because he's not paying to the 7s too big because a lot of those. For instance, here, right? Like a lot of the maybe I don't even hit here because I need to cover the 5-point. But actually, I'm honestly not sure what to do. It looks like maybe I'm losing if I just cover the 5. I mean, I'm losing here too, but good 5 duplication that I could come out of here a favorite. So honestly, I'm not sure about this, but let's try this. Yeah, on the other hand, if I cover, I do get to play a productive. I can cover with the 6 and play a productive 1 in the backfield. So I don't know about that. It's funny that I haven't seen that before. Okay, so I don't know what to do again. Okay, let's say for the sake of argument, I cover. So I can do this. Okay, so I'm solidly winning here, I would say, right? 3 men back versus like 1.5 or something. Get my 5-point out of it. if I hit him, I'm getting hit back all over the place, right? Although there still is some decent duplication. I don't know. I'm gonna go the other way this time. Hopefully I got at least one of these decisions right. Okay, so how do I look at your position? I'm not sure what to do. I just see you say the word position and then nothing else. Did you post it earlier, Andrew? Yeah, but we can certainly take a look at it. Kind of want to get off this point where he wants to smoosh me. Oh, I should say hi to my opponent. I'm making the 4 and the 3 here. Is that a play? I don't think you make the ace. That looks a little funny. All right, now what? Is it just this? Or maybe I need to play this ace up here. Get this guy peeking over the edge, and the 4 is somewhat productive. Yeah, sorry, I'm not seeing what you're referring to. In this window, yeah, sorry. I wonder if it's, Yeah, I wonder if it's because I'm actually not signed in. Strangely, I'm not actually signed into chat. I'm not signed into to YouTube and in Streamlabs. Can you copy and paste the XGID into the the place where you're typing the comments? Because that I should be able to see. Open XG2 menu, new position, paste. Yeah, but I don't have the XGID though. That's what I'm saying. Somehow I'm not seeing it anywhere. Okay, so he's doubling. Yeah, this looks a little light. Oh, yeah, maybe it's. Yeah, there's something weird going on. All right, so 5-3 here. So running looks a little suicidal to me. Letting him just swing away at me. Although I do have a good board now. Maybe, I mean, that could be the best plan. What if I did... This is going to be a little tough to play next turn. I could try this. Then it just gets harder and harder to play. Maybe I do run here. Just say damn the torpedoes, because you got the blot in the board. I'm down in the race, though. I don't know about this. I'm going to try this, though. Yeah, this is you got 2 blots now, so this is actually okay. All right, maybe I don't want to blot on my board because there's going to be some hidden here. Yeah, possibly with this 7-1, 4-3. Okay, he doesn't go after me. I'm a little scared of him. So, is it this or is it this? Saving 4 shots, it looks like, by doing this. Okay. Guess I kind of like. I mean, I like building my board. That's for sure. I guess I mean, I hate to get hit, but I do get a shot back at him, and it is good coverage on, say, a 6-1. I hit me 3. Ah. Yeah, I just not seeing it anywhere. Like I scroll up, and I don't see any XGID or anything. Ah, there we go. Good, good. So you copy it with letters. Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I should be able to cut and paste that into XG. But let me lose this match first. Okay, actually, I do see the position. Huh. Yeah, I'd have to take a good look at it. But yeah, after this game, we can take a look at your position here. Actually, this is good, I think, because I have two numbers to like put a guy right on the 6 point, like so. Not getting backgammon. Yeah, I'm getting gammon unless I roll great. Ah. YouTube censorship, yeah. Oh, doesn't like position IDs for some reason. Yeah, I wonder why it would censor that. It seems odd to me. Okay, so this looks at least okay. Good connectivity of these checkers back there. All sorts. I can make the 5, the 3, the 7, or the 10. Well, I can make the 10 and then one more good point somewhere, like so. This looks pretty good actually. I can also hit in the outfield. Shoot. Okay, but no. Let's instead of hitting, let's actually make 2 good points. Seems like maybe there's more. There's more going for the 2 points because there's 2 of them. This looks like the priority. Okay, so gammas do not help either player here very much. Okay, like here, yeah, okay, this is similar to last game. Like here, you wouldn't mind being back here to cause white some problems, but the problem is the 6 plays destructively elsewhere. So, yeah, I am gonna bring that guy up to the 18. Nice. Hmm. Okay, yeah. I guess I would end up doing that also. Okay, so I mean, I guess hitting. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say hitting has a lot going for it because he's got the 3 blots. Um, but you can say the same thing about this priming play. Like a lot of his hits aren't that great for him. And maybe this actually does more when it works. And what else is there? I mean, they could slot the 4 instead. You could even do like this and this, maybe. I don't know. This looks pretty good. Keeps the 10 point, which is nice. Yeah, if gammas counted, I guess there'd be more reason to hit there. But yeah, gammas aren't very valuable for me. 23 to 21, 6 to 3 maybe? I mean, I can play 7 to 4 if I really want to try to contain him actively, but it's sort of a big point to give up and it's shoddy. So maybe do this and hope to hit him. Hope he doesn't roll a 5, and then I can hit him with 2s and 6s next turn. All right, so yeah, I'm up 2 pips. This is probably the best I can do, or something else similar, this and this or whatever. Or five squared, maybe 2. Well, at least my prediction about losing this may come true. Very efficient. Got a nice triangle-y position, especially if I roll a 2-1. So what do you about the X? What do you think YouTube didn't like about the XGID? That I said, oh, this isn't a good thing to this is a good thing to not put up. It's just because it thought it was like nonsense or something, like no English words or whatever. Okay, let's see how I did. Okay, I played a 0. That's nice. Okay, so let's sign out of here and look at XG. Yeah. Okay, so this is your position. Okay, so let's see. Score, you're up 2-zip to 5. You're way down in the race. That seems relevant. So what would I actually do here? I mean, one like crazy play that does something, which I'm thinking about just because you gave this to me as a problem, is playing 20 to 15, 20 to 16, duplicating hitting 4s, but keeping all the checkers kind of like alive everywhere, doing good things everywhere, but it's obviously at significant risk. So I would never do that over the board, but it's just something that occurred to me. Oh, so Rob, you're thinking along the same way as me. 20 to 15, 20 to 16. I mean, I'm not doing that over the board. And yeah, I only thought about it because it was a problem. Like, let's see, like the normal looking thing is maybe 24 to 20 combined with either 20 to 15 or 7 to 2. That seems sort of like the normal thing to me. And then you have like a reasonable game, right? And it's not great. It's not a great game because you're down in the race and you're giving up the deep anchor, but you still have a good front position, you know. And then I guess you could play 13 to 8, 13 to 9. Keep both anchors. Keep the front position in decent shape. Of course, you're getting hit, but you get missed. You get to make, you often get to make a nice 5 prime. So that strikes me as a candidate. That strikes me as a candidate also. Honestly, over the board, I'd play 24 to 20, 7 to 2, but I'm thinking that's wrong because you're giving this to me as a problem, and that sort of seems like the obvious thing. 24 to 15 is that seems pretty reasonable to me too. It's a little bit. I think it leaves white a little diverse though, like 4s and 3s to hit in the outfield, and then he's also got 5s and 2s to hit inside. So like it's a little bit much. But I'm guessing because you're giving this to me, I'm guessing one of the crazy plays is correct. Yeah, 7 to 2 is a bad 5, bad use of that 5, but it's safe. It's safer. You sort of just get to play from your anchor game. Yeah. Yeah, big time. All right, well, let's see. I think I've said what I can say about this position. Um, is it 20 to 15, 20? It is 20 to 15, 20 to 16. Yeah, that's a tough. I mean, I'm glad. I mean, I only really seriously considered it because of the quiz factor thing. 20 to 11. I didn't really think about 20 to 11. Everything is sort of, given that everything's such a different play, everything is sort of close. Um, but yeah, let's take a look. This is the right play, apparently. Yeah. So you get missed. It's only a double shot, right? Because fours are duplicated. You get missed. You often get to make the 7 point. You often get to make the 7 point, and then you have all the flexibility in the world, and white has a tough time forming an effective counter prime. You get hit, and you still have your deep anchor. The problem is he's gonna hit you, and then you enter badly, and he cubes you or something. You dance or enter badly, and you get cubed right away. Yeah, and I mean I've seen similar stuff before, so it wasn't hard to see it as like a possibility at least. But like I said, I seriously doubt I would do this over the board. Unless maybe I was really on the ball. I think this is a play that, I don't know, at least 90% of strong backgammon players aren't getting right over the board. But more of them are getting it right as a problem position, I think. That's a toughie. So I guess 13 to 9, 13 to 8 just isn't good because it separates the forces too much. But yeah, I don't know. Your play or my play, sort of okay. It's not good, obviously, but so it maintains a real game. Is there like a cupel thing going on at all, or is it? Yeah, there is. Okay, so there is a little bit of a cupel thing going on, in that the plays are much closer cubeless. Right. The gammons are different. You get gammon more after this play, but you win a lot more. This seems at this score anyways, that sort of seems a point against this play, doesn't it? Because white is like dying to offer like a gammonish cube at this score. So that seems a little backwards to me. Like, okay, so the plays are very close cubeless according to the computer. So I would think that would mean like you want to make a more conservative play so as not to give the 5-away player like gammonish, a gammonish cube down the line. But somehow this backwards. I don't get that really. I assume this has been rolled out. Yep. Yeah, I mean, one clue here that you want to keep the deep anchor is these semi-dead checkers down here. So these are going to have trouble. White's going to have trouble playing with these low checkers if you keep the deep anchor, and you're down huge in the race, of course. So the deep anchor game might come in handy later, whereas the holding game might be a little compromised if White can escape cleanly somehow. Yeah. So I assume the rollout is similar to the eval. Yeah, it would take a long rollout here. It would take a long rollout. This isn't accurate. It updated prematurely. Yeah, it's an interesting position though. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any, unfortunately, I don't have any advice about how to find this type of play over the board. Um, like it still kind of looks wrong to me, to be honest. Because the anchor, I mean, although the 5 point anchor isn't as important as usual here, it is pretty important. Oh, it is a real error. I see. Yeah, okay. So it looks fairly close on the plus plus eval, but on the rollout is less close. Yeah, so it's a real blunder to do anything else other than the right play. Hmm. You know, well, I wonder if one way to see this is if you keep the deep anchor, no matter what happens, you have this okay timed ace point game that's going to cause white lots of problems down the line. See, I don't know if that's true though, because white's going to get in like a good cube before then, you know. Yeah, yeah. As you say, it's called like the double falcon, running off the front anchor with two checkers like that. Yeah, it does come up. This is a little unusual because it's so shoddy and dangerous. But you see, like Black's not losing by that much after it. You know, Black's an underdog after any play, but apparently, well, he's under. I mean, just score based underdog, I guess. Like he's a favorite to win after the double falcon play, and like the game is a 50-50, but he loses more gammons after sort of the more normal looking play. Yeah, yeah, good position though. Good position. Anyways, let's just take a quick look at some of the decisions in the match I just played, and then I'm going to sign off. I think I might need to download it again. I was excited about seeing this position. Let me just give me 1 second here. Okay, good. So what happened here? Okay, I made one. Oh, I only made one error, but it happened to be a blunder. Oh, that'll be interesting. Okay, so yeah, these opening plays were not obvious. Okay, the 2-1. So he makes a good play with the 3-3 because the 7s are duplicated. Right? Normally, you don't love giving up your 8 point to make the 5, partly because I have such great hitting 7s. Here, the hitting 7s aren't that good because I have this blot in my board. And they're all, I mean, at least 6-1, 4-3 are duplicated with good point making numbers. 5-2 make the 3, or I can hit. They'll definitely be hitting. So yeah. So I roll 6-1. Okay, it's fairly close, which is good because I wasn't totally sure what to do here. So this would be okay. Clearly losing, but you're losing after hitting anyways. Or maybe I would have actually done this if I had covered. I think one thing in favor of hitting and leaving the blot here is in order to hit this blot, white has to give up a very important anchor. Right? Whereas if he was back on the 1 point and he hit this blot, he's giving up an anchor, but he's not giving up a very important anchor. So it's like I think it's less important than usual to cover the 5 point blot. In fact, we could take a look at one variant, which I think it might be instructive. Like I don't know if this position would probably never happen, but like here's probably right to cover. Because you don't want to leave the shot here when he gets to hit while giving up a bad anchor, and the prime is more effective after you cover. Yeah, so here hitting is like a big blunder. So this is kind of a nice position to like understand, I think, how important it is to cover this blot depends on where the anchor is. And I think most strong players are getting this right for the right reasons. I think. This I don't have the. Do I not have the match here? No, this is the first match. Let's see. See users, me, downloads. Okay, I got the match again. What if anchors on the 22? Yeah, so that's sort of a little bit of a hybrid. Yeah, let me save this properly this time. See, like this position, yeah, that's a good question. So, well, it's easier having seen the evaluations. Well, yeah, actually, this is not unclear. This is not clear to me. You just cover, you're doing pretty well. The prime is still pretty effective, and he's kind of happy to give up. If you make the hit play, he is kind of happy to give up the anchor to hit. So maybe you cover here, but I don't know. I could be wrong, you know. Yeah, save the match. Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, you do cover here. Hitting is still a blunder or close. So yeah, I guess you're only hitting if he's anchored on only if he has like a really good anchor. But you see you see this concept sometimes when you can slot the 5-point with an ace. Like sometimes it's right to slot when he's anchored on the 21, and it's not right to slot when he's anchored on the 24 for the same reason. You know, he's less happy to give up the anchor to hit if he's anchored on the 21 versus a deeper anchor. Or like you leave it slotted and you hit somewhere else because of the same reason as the 6-1 play. Okay, so here is still pretty close, but it does still want to hit here. Again, the aces give up the anchor. I thought this was just too blotty, so that's why I covered this time, and it's just very close apparently. Okay, so bar 16 looks okay. Here I thought it was. First I was going to play 16 to 11 to get this guy in a better spot, a little safer. But then I thought, oh, it's pretty important because the 8-point's gone and he has a 7-point made. It's pretty important to play 24 to 23, and then the 4 plays quite productively 8 to 4. So the computer doesn't like that. He hits, I anchor, he makes a good point. He doesn't double yet. He doubles me a little early, I think. Yeah, very early apparently. Even after he gets these guys closer to home, I still have a take or close probably. Oh, 5-3. Yeah, this was tough too. Okay, so apparently 22 to 14 is too dangerous. Even though he has the blot in his board, and not enough upside given the ace is bad. So either what I did, keeping a clean front position and some flexibility in here, or you could make the ace point and keep your 8 points so you can play a 6 next turn safely sometimes. All right, so now we've got 2 blots. The 6 plays badly elsewhere, so you have to run now. So apparently I maybe should have stayed back a little bit. I don't know why I didn't do this. Yeah, here I do kind of wish I was back a little bit more. Oh, here's the blunder. Wait, what is this? Oh, I didn't see making the 12. Shoot. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure I would have done it had I seen it. But I was deciding between making the 2 and playing something like 15 to 13, 5 to 4, 3 to 2. I didn't see this other idea of blocking 5-5 and putting double pressure on the anchor. Yeah, no, I guess I would have found this because there's a huge swing on all his 6s, except for 6-5, 6-6. You get like if he rolls like a 6-1, say, or 6-3, you get a huge double shot at them. 28 numbers. Yeah, I should have been able to find this. I see. Yeah, I guess if I'm on the ball, I mean, maybe I was a little distracted, but I do overlook stuff like this. It could be a little hard to play next turn for black. Like, okay, white rolls a 4-1, say. Holds everything. Black rolls a 6. So I'll leave a shot. Whereas you make the play I made, the 6 is going to play a little okay. But yeah, I don't like, there's 5 shots here. 0 shots after the other play. Ah. That would have been a nice match had I found that play. Alright, yeah, here, hit. Oh, it can make the 18 here if you want. Lock up just this really, really important point. Or you can hit and spread things out. I hit and spread things out. Yep. Yeah, that's a very common type of oversight. You spend all your time looking between two concepts, and there's like this because all your effort is spent between these two plays. You don't think about the third idea. It's funny. Like I do talk about this on stream a lot, but it just comes up so often for me and others where if there was only 2 reasonable plays there, making the 2 and making the 12. If those were the only 2 plays that did something, I would have seen making the 12. But because there was 3 plays, I didn't see the third option. There's 3 distinct ideas as opposed to 2 distinct ideas. So I know I'm not the only player that does this, but I do it. Maybe I do it more than other people. Oh, it does want to hit here. Although making all the points isn't too bad. Obviously hitting this a lot, right? And you can make a point next turn a lot. But I don't know. I made 2 good points by doing this. It's pretty close apparently. I get my awesome anchor now. Yep, I would want to stay back, but the 6 is kind of bad. If you don't. Make the 5. Okay, so I got a leeway here because he got the Bloss in his board. So I don't want to do something too safe. So 10 to 2. Yeah, 10 to 2 is a real error. Doesn't do as much as my play when I get away with it. Obviously, if you have your 4-point filled in, you're more apt to hit loose on the 2. Okay, yeah, hitting would be okay here, apparently. What does this play? 7 to 4, 11 to 9 is close with my idea of just holding the prime and hoping to attack later. So apparently this is okay. Yeah, great when you get away with it. This board is a little bit weak, so I guess the computer doesn't mind doing this. 13 to 7, 13 to 11, 13 to 7. Yeah, we can take another fresh look at it. I mean, one thing that helps finding this play is there's no safe play. There's no good safe play. In fact, there's no safe play, right? There's safer plays. So you're leaving a shot somewhere, which again isn't that bad because of his board status. So a lot of what I'm thinking about there is okay. I mean, I'm probably going to get away with it. So what's the position I want when I get away with it, right? 10 to 2 is a pretty good position, especially if he dances, but the 4 point's going to stay open. So it's not like it's a great attack. And he could enter on the 4, and then it's a little awkward. So you do this, you get away with it. You usually get to make the 7 point, have this really nice block. So that was pretty much the entirety of my thinking. Yeah, 13 to 5. 13 to 5, that does not do as much when it works. And you're still leaving a shot. Yeah, it's better. I guess it's better. It might be better when white rolls well. Maybe. 13 to 5. Yeah, apparently that's pretty bad. Yeah, it just doesn't do. I think it just doesn't do as much. Do enough when it works. And again, like it works 2/3 of the time at least. So you want to. This is part of the reason why you want to play optimistically in this game. You're kind of getting when you're deciding whether to leave a shot or not. And I know this isn't exactly analogous to this position, but when you decide whether to leave a shot or not, you're getting 2-to-1 odds, right? So because you get missed 2/3 of the time for a single shot, and you get hit 1/3 of the time. So even if you lose out more when you get hit than than you gain when you get missed, it's still right to make the optimistic play. Leave the shot to do something really good. So humans, being naturally risk averse due to our evolutionary history, have problems with that. Have problems with that concept of like taking a risk for a pretty big gain when we get away with it. Like for instance, if you have a 50-50 chance of winning $20 and a 50-50 chance of not losing or not winning any money, or sure $10 in your pocket. Most people are taking the short $10. Even if it's like 22 versus 10, most people are taking the short $10 because humans are sort of naturally risk averse. So in backgammon, that kind of thinking is going to cost you equity. So you kind of have to fight against that impulse a little bit. I mean, some people go the other way, but most people are risk averse. I think this this 20-10 bet or whatever, it's even more pronounced. I think if one of the I was going to say if one of the options has the possibility of losing money, but I guess that's a slightly different situation. Yeah. Oh, the midpoint there. Yeah, the midpoint. You might be. The midpoint there isn't that important because you have the 18-point made. So that's sort of a key. That's sort of a key concept to know. Like oftentimes you do want to keep your midpoint a lot, but it's less important when you have your 18 made already. Yeah. Like okay, so it's no, it's not this. Yeah, it's this position, right? Like part of the value of the midpoint is the fact that you're putting pressure on the other guy's midpoint. Part of the value of the midpoint is that. If you have the 18-point made, you're already putting a ton of pressure on the guy's midpoint, so your midpoint is less important than usual. So that's at least part of the reason why you could give up the midpoint here. I guess 13-5 kind of gives up the midpoint here too, but it's sort of good to know that like if you have your 18 points, you can give up the midpoint a little bit more readily. Anyways, I do get to make this nice prime. Yeah, I hold the fort, which is okay, hoping to go after him later, and then we just turn into a dumb race and I lose, and that's why it was such an easy match, because there's a lot of racing stuff. Yeah, actually, so you say Dirk thinks in equity sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I might think in terms of like gammon percentage and stuff, but I don't think I translate it to equity in my head very much. But anyways, I am going to sign off now. But yeah, thanks for chatting, guys. This was fun. Yeah, good comments, everybody. And hope you got something out of this. And I will see you next time.